pick one module that'll change the quality of your AI results most immediately, it'd be this one. Prompting isn't about using magic words. It's about giving a clear brief. Most weak prompts look like this. Write an email. Summarize this. Help me with this report. That's too thin. A strong prompt usually includes 5 elements. Task, what you want done. Context, background the AI needs. Audience, who the result is for. Tone, how it should feel. Constraints, length, format, required elements, or boundaries. The simplest way to think about it, imagine handing work to a smart new coworker. If you gave them a vague one-liner, you'd probably get something generic back. If you gave them a proper brief, they'd do much better. AI is the same. And here's the big payoff. 60 seconds spent improving the prompt often saves you 10 minutes of editing later. Let's take a simple example. Say your prompt is just, write an email. AI can do that. But what kind of email? To whom? About what? With what tone? At what length? So let's build it up. 1. Task. Write a 150-word follow-up email explaining the project delay. Already better, because the job is specific. 2. Context. We're a mid-sized accounting firm, and the delay is due to a data integration issue. Now the AI understands the situation. 3. Audience. The client is a VP who wants direct answers, not vague apologies. Now it can tune the style. 4. Tone. Direct and accountable, not over-apologetic. This protects against one of AI's common defaults, sounding too soft, too generic, or too polished in the wrong way. 5. Constraints. Max 150 words. Include the revised delivery date and one concrete step to prevent recurrence. Now the result becomes much more usable. And constraints are especially powerful. People often forget this, but constraints are a gift to AI. They reduce ambiguity, they narrow the lane, they force prioritization, and they often produce much better output. A good rule of thumb, ask yourself, what would go wrong if I left this out of the prompt? Whatever has a real answer probably belongs in there. These 4 templates cover probably 80% of what most knowledge workers need from AI. Template 1, the general template. I need task, context, background, audience, who, tone, feel, format, structure, or length. That's your all-purpose workhorse. Template 2, brainstorm. Give me 10 options for X, context, background. Don't include Y. Notice the number. Give me 10 is way better than give me some. Specific numbers force AI to stretch. Template 3. Summarize. Summarize X in length. Audience is who. Highlight specific elements. The audience piece matters a lot here. A summary for a new employee looks very different from one for an executive who already knows the topic. Template 4. Edit. Edit this for goal. Keep what to preserve. Improve what to fix. That keep instruction is incredibly important. Without it, AI often rewrites way too much. With it, you preserve your voice, your intent, or the parts that are already working. If you remember only a few things from this course, I'd want these templates to be among them. Now let's compare a weak prompt and a strong prompt directly. The weak prompt is, write an email about the project delay. That'll usually produce something generic, vague, and probably too long. Now compare it with the stronger prompt on screen. Look at what changed. It specifies the audience, the context, the nature of the issue, the tone, what must be included, and the word limit. This is the difference between asking AI a vague question and giving it a clear brief. Now take the task you used in the previous exercise and rebuild your prompt using all 5 elements: task, context, audience, tone, and constraints. Then compare the 2 outputs side by side. Ask yourself, what improved most? What still needs editing? Which element made the biggest difference? For a lot of people, the biggest jumps come from adding context and audience, because those 2 things move the result from generic to relevant. Here are a few profession-specific examples, if they're helpful. For an office manager, write an internal announcement to a team of 12 employees letting them know the second floor printer will be offline for maintenance from Monday to Wednesday. Include which floor to use instead, who to contact for urgent print jobs, and a reminder that the IT desk can help with scanning to email. Tone, practical and friendly. Max 100 words. For a project manager, write a 2-paragraph stakeholder update email for a software implementation project that's on schedule, but has a new risk. A key vendor says their API documentation may be delayed by 2 weeks. Audience, a non-technical, senior project sponsor. Tone, Informative and calm. Include the current status, the risk, and our mitigation plan. For HR or a team lead, write a job posting for an administrative coordinator at a mid-sized professional services firm. The role supports 2 senior directors, manages calendars and travel, coordinates events, and handles vendor relationships. Required: 2+ years experience, strong organizational skills, discretion. Nice to have CRM experience. Tone: professional, but warm. Max 250 words. So far, we've focused on getting better output. Now we need to talk about something equally important. What do you do after AI gives you that output? That's where discernment comes in. This is the critical thinking